So when I first started out in this space, I began as an intern, a graduate research fellow at Patrick Space Force, located near Cocoa Beach, Florida, made famous by I Dream of Jeannie. So I took notice when I was there in the office that there was like this group of people called government contractors. And what I noticed was that the program manager seemed to be very close with the government decision maker. They would chat a lot. They would go off to meetings. They seemed to be very chummy. I also noticed that this program manager was very similar in that way with other people who were called contractors. And that anytime a contractor needed something that was part of his contract, he would go to battle for him. Anytime that government decision maker needed something, he would go to battle for him. Hey, I'm gonna call the owners in the DC area. I'm gonna make this happen for you. And so one of the most important lessons I learned starting out in this space is how to become irreplaceable. And that is through being super flexible and putting the needs of your client first and the needs of your team first. That is why that program manager was there. He was there to constantly remind the client, we are here, we are at your service. How can I help you? What do you need? He became irreplaceable, and he's still there. To this day, he's still there because that's what he's done. So to become irreplaceable in this government space is super important because you have contracts that may last 5 years, they may last 3 months, they may last the length of time it takes for you to transport a load from Mississippi to Texas. What you want is to have a pipeline of efforts, but you also want second money. Grant Cardone talks a lot about this, that it's much easier to get additional money from a client than to get another client. And you see this all the time. You go to McDonald's, would you like to add coffee to your order? I would say ice cream, but we all know that dang ice cream machine is always broken, right? That's second money example too. The ice cream machine is always broken because the vendor of the ice cream machine makes more money on the repairs. Second money. So by you focusing on the second money, by being and making yourself irreplaceable, you're going to have a business that's going to continue to thrive. So in addition to being flexible and nimble and putting the government agency first, you also need to be forward thinking. So for instance, if there is a Democratic president and you're hearing or reading about his or her initiatives, be forward thinking. How do you fit into it? Do you provide infrastructure services? The thing is, you're putting your attention toward what is of importance to the administration. If you notice diversity and inclusion is of importance, is there a way that you could really pivot into that area? Is it something of importance to you? Who knows? But being and staying relevant is going to make you irreplaceable. Yes, there are companies that may have agencies as their client for 10, 15, 20 plus years. Then the reason for it is because they're making themselves irreplaceable by being flexible, staying on top of the different political needs, as well as they are growing as a company and evolving as a company. Meaning you don't seem as the same company from 10 years ago. You know, we don't want Netflix to seem like the same Netflix back when you would get the DVDs in the mail. You may not agree with some of their programming. Maybe you even canceled your subscription, but we want them to evolve. We all have maybe a different definition of how we want them to evolve, but we want them to evolve, offering their own programming. Maybe they offer different subscription types. Maybe they start offering devices. Who knows? But the point is you want them to constantly evolve. And it's the same thing that the federal government wants from you. They don't want the same, oh, wow, you've been exactly the same since 1995. Yes. No, they don't want that. They want you to grow and evolve. And that's super important as an entrepreneur. There's someone in my WhatsApp group connected to a 10X Stages agency that I'm a part of to help get me speaking opportunities. And he mentioned that he has spent millions of dollars in self-development. You may be thinking, wow, it's crazy. I can't believe somebody spent that amount of money. To get to those next levels, it requires spending money to grow, to learn, to close skill gaps, to get into rooms that you're looking to get into. Do you need to spend $2 million? Of course not. But that growth is vital. And I'm pretty sure that with this gentleman, that $2 million has probably turned into $10 million in business for him. The same holds true for federal government contracting. They want you to learn, they want you to develop, they want you to evolve. And that also takes the form of partnerships, joint ventures, you mentoring someone mentoring you. They love that. It makes them feel all warm and tingly because you're helping other people, and it gives them this like gold star that they can further brag about. The other way that you're irreplaceable in this space is you're anticipating their needs of your current clients or potential clients. If there's something that they have definitely made you aware of or a problem that they made you aware of, you definitely want to take care of it. For example, one of my clients noticed on their intranet page that when you would click the help button, guess what? There was no help. Nothing happened. So he was like, we have to change that. And that body of work was added to my contract. I didn't say, I have a PhD in IO psychology. I don't know anything about help buttons. Why am I going to do this? I don't know about this. I just said, okay, let's make it happen. What do you need? And we made it happen. Making myself, my company, irreplaceable, putting them first, putting my team first. It's very important because the thing is, in this government space, there's always new people entering, new companies entering. And especially now, there's this push to get more companies certified as 8A and woman-owned and service disabled and this and that. So people think, oh, I just get certified. I'm gonna start getting all this money. Woo! Yeah, it doesn't work like that. But it means more competition. So what happens when there's more competition? Often it can drive prices down. And so in order to make sure that you are profitable, you need to be irreplaceable so that it's not an issue around now you're a commodity. Brings me to another topic. The area that you're in. I've come across many. Recently had a conversation with someone who was like, yeah, I met someone and they said I need to be in janitorial work. So I now have a one-pager on janitorial work. So I was like, okay, that's interesting because I had no idea that you wanted to do janitorial work. And so they shared this janitorial opportunity and I broke it down for them. And I said, look, there's nothing wrong with janitorial work. There's nothing wrong if you're watching this and you're in the janitorial space. But here's the deal. Janitorial area is a commodity. It's a race to the bottom. The value put around janitorial work is not there. Maybe if it's a building or an environment where cleanliness is super important or vital to the operation of that agency, that's different. But I promise you, 90+% of the janitorial work out there, that's not the case. I remember when I was a graduate research fellow at Patrick, and there was a time where we had to empty our own trash because they didn't want to pay for janitorial services. They had, I think at one point they cut off the contract. And then when they did have people come in, they only came in maybe once or twice a week, if that, because their mentality was, you all can do this. We have military members here, we have civilian, we have contractors, you all can take out your own trash, you can keep your area clean. We don't need to spend all this money on a janitorial contract. And especially with everything that happened with COVID and more government agencies working from home, what is the need for janitorial work? So if you're going to go into the janitorial space, you're going to have to make yourself irreplaceable, and you're going to have a ton of these kind of contracts because otherwise it's a race to the bottom and they know that they can easily replace you. So you may want to pivot into other areas where you're not so irreplaceable, because at the end of the day, janitorial work doesn't have that same high value as, an IT specialist or cybersecurity or things with the cloud or top secret this or secret that. Those type of areas, it's like, ooh, we'll pay more. Ooh, they're value added. They're helping solve a problem, right? So that's the other way to make yourself irreplaceable, is making sure that you are in these areas that are high value to the federal government, as well as you need to make them aware of your special sauce. What are those differentiators that you're bringing to the table? Is it patents? Is it relationships, degrees, certifications, processes, procedures, strategies? What What is it that you're bringing to the table where they're like, oh my gosh, we have to work with you? You know, there's a woman that I engage with regularly on Facebook, and she and her husband have just broken the $1 million mark. And she's primarily kind of in like the construction realm, and she's in the middle of applying for her 8A because she's been in this government space now for a couple of years. And she was saying that one of her previous clients is now the director of contracts and really wants her to get this 8A so that they can work on more efforts together. So because of the work, her effort, the result of her work, her relationship with this government employee, now that they are in a position of power and influence, they are looking to sole source her opportunities. So you see the value in that. You see that by having these relationships, by performing, by making their lives easier, it can lead to new opportunities where you're creating your own ocean. Now she's not gonna have to really compete. And it's not because, oh, Kizzy, she's gonna get an 8A. No, it's because she has proven herself to this person. They know she's going to solve her problem or their problem. They know she's like an aspirin and they have a headache. That's what you're looking to do. And that's also why the federal government loves working with big companies like Lockheed Martin and IBM and Amazon, because whatever desire they have, oh yes, we'll do it, whatever you need. And they want the same from you as a small business, right? That's how you make yourself irreplaceable. I know you can do it. I know you will do it. I've done it. We have several clients that we've been with 5+ years. You gotta let go, if you have it, that ego, and have lots of humility and lots of gratitude. And you too will have second money, third money, fourth money. And you're not gonna have to worry about being in this space of a commodity because you're a GovCon winner, because you're freaking amazing. So subscribe, hit that notification button, share, comment below, y'all. Check out, if you want to be added to my wait list, go to govconwinners.com. Please check it out, govconwinners.com. I'm going to open enrollment soon. The course is going to be amazing, and the time is to get in there as soon as possible, because I promise you I'm going to end up increasing the price probably at least 3-fold. It will include a lot more kind of one-on-one, but I'm going to significantly increase the course. So you want to get in, now is the time. If you get in later, that's cool too, but now is the time. Why not? What's holding you back from expanding and exploring more in this space, right? So subscribe, hit that notification button, add to this amazing algorithm, help a girl out. I mean, come on, y'all. Hair is popping, nails, dang, amazing. Don't forget, everything is possible.